I just want to say some few words here on what is happening in our state, because there's a lot of people tuned in that don't live in California. And by the way, it's happening in other states as well, where you've got people taking to the streets and people are thinking it's everywhere. Unfortunately, and I got to tell you, my heart goes out to those businesses, small businesses. We have a few small business owners here that have businesses in downtown LA who have been affected by the insanity down there. And I just want to say this because it needs to be said and very few people will have the guts to say it. This is all being paid for. It is all driven and motivated to cause chaos, to incite and try to get people to basically turn against the government in every way, even our own at the state level, trying to get people to follow on the side of the state and turn against the federal government. But please pay attention. I hope you're not like the people who are not listening carefully, because all of this activity was happening before the National Guard was called in. And this is not just random activity. We're talking about people looting, breaking into people's shops and houses, breaking glass, defacing public property, private property, you name it. And that could never be understood or classified as a peaceful protest. I'm sorry, I don't care where you come from. Even if you are the most left-leaning person, you can't tell me that people setting fire to cars in the street and acting like thugs and hoodlums is peaceful. Then the destruction that's happened is going to cost us, the taxpayers, a fortune. And nobody seems to care, because the money fueling all this just keeps coming and coming from the people that want to see our city collapse. They want to see our state turn against the federal government. I'm going to repeat this again because it bears repeating. Whether you like the current president or not, no one has enabled the state of California to become what it is more than the politicians of California, not the federal government. You know me, I tend to not want to talk and say too much about politics, but when you have enabled people, and again, you can get mad at me all you want, I don't care. I went through the system. I paid my dues through the system when I wanted to establish myself here. I didn't just come across the border and decide you all are going to basically pay for my lazy butt every service that can be rendered to you. You know, talk about unfair. Yeah, I don't do this often, so forgive me. Talk about unfair. Every Californian is mandated to have health insurance. But you got a boatload of people that come, that are literally shipped here and can walk into a hospital, and because they cannot communicate in our language, are immediately granted free health care under some color of humanitarian sympathy. And no one really cares about the fact that your hard-earned tax dollars are taking care of people. Some of them may be very good, but some of them are very bad. And the murders, the rapes, all of those things speak for themselves. So I'm not here to talk about or die on that hill. I'm just telling you, for those people out there watching saying, my God, your state is out of control. No, our state and every state that has had this money flow into it is under the manipulation. And if you succumb to this, it's your fault. If you start believing that there's a tyranny instead of the desire to reestablish law and order in this country, you know, that's the big problem, is nobody on the other side wants the law enforced. They only want it enforced when it suits them. And I'm sorry, but if we are a land of law, then the law must be enforced unilaterally and across the board, which includes the people, whether they are good and we love them, and maybe some people that we know. If they haven't done the due process, do you really think that there wasn't a day of reckoning for this? So this is what this is about, to try and demonize, to try and make it look like somehow we are living in a dictatorship because the law is being enforced after, gosh, how many years of it not being enforced? And we're in the state we are, and I'm talking about our current situation in the state of California. If you live in the Bay Area, that whole beautiful downtown, I mean, I used to go there literally, I'm going to say a couple of times a year. I wouldn't dare drive there now. There are some parts of San Francisco that are just as scary as downtown LA, and the spread of this, which has just been fueled by NGOs that are under the auspices of helping people off the street, enabling, distributing drug paraphernalia to those that are already addicted, and not actually enforcing the law on, we'll call them what has been labeled marginal crime. So you mean to tell me if I own a store and you vandalize my store and you steal all my merchandise, the state of California says, sorry, you're SOL. Figure out what that means. Short on love. Tell me that's fair when that particular business owner pays taxes and abides by the law. So there needs to be a change, and we should brace ourselves because there's going to be more of this until Californians get it in their head. There is a flux of money coming in to do this damage. Now, if the people were smart, the people would band together not to recall the governor, but to sue him. And this should happen because all of us now will be paying, and all of the money that should go to our roads, our schools, to anything else that is to better it. Obviously, if you drive on the freeways here, you know what you're driving through. Potholes, dirt, and the likes. So with all that being said, and I'm done with this last piece here, it's important for us to not look at this and say, yeah, that's going to be the norm. We will come through this. Eventually, things will settle down because I think people will catch on. And just so you know, because I don't typically lean on discussing politics, if people don't like what I'm saying, I'm not going to apologize for it.
To this house, magnify the Lord, lift up holy hands, our hearts in one accord.